So I've been asked to give my thoughts on government control, specifically if I think it plausible that the government could have been involved in things such as the 9/11 attacks and the Kennedy assassination. And my personal feeling on that is that not only is it conceivable that they were involved, but it's actually likely that they were involved. And I know that that's a very, very controversial position to have in our society, especially. But again, I'm not the type person that is going to be influenced and told what to believe based on only information that is fed to me. It's a form of manipulation when one is only utilizing specifically fed information as far as making assessments and creating their own thoughts and opinions as to what could have happened. And so I've in my past, gone through the system in ways that many haven't. As a result of that, I've been exposed to a lot of harsh truths that many would not believe. Many would not think conceivable. A lot of the stories that I can tell and share. But the fact is that just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean that it's not true. Doesn't mean that it doesn't happen and that it's not possible. So I like to use history as one of my teachers in life, and historically speaking, we can absolutely confirm that governments and all powerful entities, ruling classes, kings, monarchs, all of them, have in the past deceived their populations and the people over which they have control. They have done that many, many, many times, United States included. So I'm a little bit confused when the topic comes up of government involvement and conspiracy theories and such, and the majority of people are just adamant that it's impossible that the government could lie to us. Why would they lie to us? I mean, this goes back to, again, people not reading books as often as they should, because if someone were to try to educate themselves using history alone, they would realize quickly that lying is a part of government business. It's just a part of it. To be a politician is to be a regular liar and to basically be willing to deceive people and verbalize things that you don't necessarily think true or agree with. It's just a matter of maintaining the strongest possible stance of publicity and popularity. That's really what politics is about. So they don't really care. It's not really done out of good-heartedness that people get involved in government, in politics. For the most part, it has more to do with power and money. And power will absolutely corrupt. That is something, again, that we can use history as our teacher for. It's always been the case. So to think that the government is absolutely blameless and it's beyond normal reason to believe that they may be involved in stuff like this is silly, in my opinion. It's a very, very naive perspective. And similar to that is bringing current national debate into this conversation is what's happening with the police. A lot of people are hearing lately of altercations with police shooting people and people shooting the police and back and forth. And some people are of the position that those that get shot, those that get abused, bring it upon themselves. And sometimes that may be the case. But again, it's very naive to think that the cops are so good and the cops don't do wrong. That's bullshit. I've seen that firsthand. There are people. They are people just like we are. And so given any group of people, you will always find amongst that group a handful of them, a percentage of them, that are not what we call good, moral, just, honest, but they're deceivers and they abuse people and they may be evil. They may be, who knows? But to think that things are completely impossible, in my opinion only, is foolish. So one should always consider all possibilities and never completely disregard and discount any theory until your own thoughts and your own logic and your own research has brought you to that conclusion. So give it some thought, and these are my thoughts on this. Thanks.